Hello and welcome everybody. Today I am doing my dream job project. Today we'll be looking at somebody in the sports industry that has a job that interests me. The person that I've chosen for this project is Jack Fritz. He's the current producer of the afternoon show on 94.1 WIP, which is a local sports radio station located near Philadelphia. Now there are three main things I want to talk about today. The first being, where did Jack Fritz go to school? How did Jack Fritz get to his position at WIP? And then why does his job interest me? Now, Jack Fritz started off educationally at Bayard Rustin High School. Then he moved on to Bloomsburg University for college. But why have me tell you about it? I'll have Jack tell you about his time at Bloomsburg.
I graduated in 2016. I started in 2012. I came in as a finance major. That was a disaster. I did terrible at math, which I didn't totally realize till after my freshman year. I wanted to focus on radio and focus on my career, and after my freshman year, I kind of sat down and I was like, well, I like history. I could be a history teacher, or I could do what I really want to do, which is sports talk radio. So I was like, you know what? Might as well go all in. So after my freshman year, got into the mass comm department, and put in my time there. Did some podcasting and radio shows and writing and all that fun stuff. So
that was some pretty interesting stuff there from Jack, in my opinion. So now let's kind of talk about his career path. So shortly after college, about 2 months after college, he gets called to WIP, and he joins this thing called the Street Team, which is just basically him. He assists in throwing live events for the company. And he does that for a couple months, and then he gets a shot at producing, and so he produces the morning show. And the morning show at the time stacked. It's got all these people from Angelo Cataldi, Al Morgani, Jonesy, Rhea Hughes, just really well-known people on radio there. My favorite out of that bunch has got to be Angelo Cataldi. I mean, he's known for booing Donovan McNabb when the guy was drafted. I mean, I don't know if there's a more infamous thing in Philly sports. But shortly after that, he moves on to producing the evening show on WIP, and he does that gig also for a couple months. But in 2018, he lands his spot that is stuck for a while, producing the afternoon show with Johnny Marks and Ike Reese. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit more about the sports talk radio industry, and let's kind of put a definition on it. So sports talk radio is just basically a group of people coming together, and they just talk about sports pretty much, whether it's their opinions, stuff like that. They can either focus on teams or leagues as whole. In my case, we'll be looking at just specific teams in specific cities. Now we can enter the part of the project where I talk about why I really want this job. Now, one of the things that I really like and intrigues me about this job is the ability it gives you to talk about your favorite teams and really kind of say what you want to say. Here we have a clip of Jack Fritz talking about the Atlanta Braves and his thoughts on their fans this postseason, and he did not hold back.
Because what happened on Saturday and just the embarrassment that was not only the Braves players, I mean, they were looking for a reason to quit in that game, just looking for it. They couldn't wait to give up in that game. And really, their fans as well. I mean, their fans on Saturday night, it was one of the most embarrassing crowds that I have ever seen. Like, it seemed like they were playing in a minor league ballpark. A minor league ballpark. That is what Truist Park is.
Second main reason why I really like this is because something I feel like we've touched on a lot in class is how do we get people to feel a part of teams? And here is actually an instance from this past summer where Jack Fritz, he was the main catalyst in getting people to stand and cheer for Trey Turner. And really, that really interests me because it makes you feel like a part of the team. And honestly, after his segment, I'll throw in a little picture of him meeting Trey Turner during our postseason run.
It's time to address the standing ovation that should happen for Trey Turner tonight. Of course, people are going to ridicule it, be like, oh, what's that going to do? Blah, blah, blah. Let me just say this. It can't hurt, and what if it does work? And what if, he goes out, it's a good moment for the ballpark, a good moment for the city. You see the crowd rise up, and, it turns into a little bit of a moment. And even if Trey doesn't start going off or whatever, think about also what it does for the rest of the team. They know that we got our back. Listen, sometimes tough love's necessary. Sometimes brotherly love's necessary. Time for that for Trey. Stand with Trey, give him a standing O tonight, Let's see if it works. Help our boy out.
Okay, so that's going to be all from me here on the project. The person I chose was Jack Fritz, and everybody have a good night. Peace.